and welcome my lovelies, my Flosstube family. It's so good to see you. It's been about a month since I last filmed. Now this is Flosstube number 26. It is Friday the 13th, so I don't believe the 13th is bad, and as a matter of fact, in some history cases, 13 is a good number, but I'll leave that choice up to you. So I'd like to welcome my regular subscribers and my new subscribers. Thank you so much for your support and your beautiful comments as well. I appreciate each and every one of the comments. It really does matter to me, and it just shows me that you're interested in what I have to show you, and it keeps me wanting to film, which is just wonderful. Now, I'm going to start off actually with a bit of life. So if you're not interested in this part, just fast forward. I thought I'd start off with it. You know, it is June, so I'll kind of want to have a bit of a half year review and just talk about my thoughts and everything that I've been kind of going through as well. You know, I've been cross-stitching for decades. I actually started off with tapestry. I did quite a few tapestries in my 20s. I never finished a cross-stitch in my 30s. I did start a couple, and that's because I was a single mother of 2 children working, and I just never had the time. I'd do some, put it away. It'd be put away for such a long time. And, you know, it's having the time, having the stamina to do things like that when you have children, and when you're a single mom, it's even harder. So, you know, my priority was always my children. I always wanted to give them the best quality of life that I possibly could as a single mother. So, you know, I mean, I've made some good choices, and, you know, I've made some good achievements. I am goal orientated. Well, I usually think of a goal, and then I just take steps to work towards that. So that's kind of my personality, always goal orientated. And I feel that if I don't set some sort of goal, then I'm losing my purpose for what I need to do. I can't just stagnate. But this is me, so we're talking about me. So this is kind of how I work, you know. So when I look at this past half year now, I'm turning 60, so 60 in July, which is a real milestone for me. And I tell you what, life has just flown by. Kids are adults. It's a bit crazy when you think about just how fast life flies by. But when I look back, so we talk about cross-stitching. Now, I went through a period of time when I was just accumulating, buying insanely. And I admit it was over the top. It was too much, spent too much money. And towards the end of last year, I made a conscious decision that was going to stop. So with the support of Olga from PNW Stitcher, I set out to do a no by 2025. So how successful has that been? I would say it's been very successful, even though I have purchased some patterns. I am spending nowhere near what I did. I bought supplies, and I've just bought a handful of patterns, and I mean no more than a handful of patterns, and I'm happy with that. But as well as that, I have destashed, and I'm still destashing. I want to reduce what I have, and I want to keep items, cross-stitch items, that I really know that I want to stitch. So I have to have that feeling and say, yes, I still love this. I am going to do this at some stage. Everything else I'm destashing, reducing all the stuff I have in here, and it's almost giving me this beautiful release, and I feel so much better about it. I feel so much better about not spending that money because it was unnecessary. You know, you're in the hype of things. You're in this craze, cross-stitch craze. You want this and this is new and she's got that and I want that. And then you realise half the stuff you buy, you're not going to stitch anyway. Like I said, this is me I'm talking about. So, so January was good, you know, I did my usual stitching and stuff. I know it was probably February, March, I became quite sick, and I know what it was. I just some of my symptoms from some of the things that I suffer just went insane. March really knocked me about. It really did, physically, with my symptoms. So I didn't get much stitching done. I am good now. I actually feel really good now. That's all been taken care of. I feel wonderful. So I didn't do much stitching. I started to lose the stitchy bug as well. So I didn't do much stitching in March. I didn't do much sewing in March. I didn't do much diamond painting. I didn't do much of anything in March. May was pretty much the same. I had to push myself to do some stitching. It's not like I would go and think, oh wow, let's get this done and this is exciting, which is how I usually feel about a cross stitch. I kind of had to push myself, I'll be honest. And but also May is when Dad or my father moved into my house, so there was all of that movement going on, you know, moving him out of his unit and everything else, and moving him into here and just supporting him as well. So there was that as well, and I think along with my stitchy bug gone, it just continued all of May. Now June started to pick up, and I'd have to say it's probably the past few weeks I'm actually feeling so much better about cross stitch. I feel like I've got my stitchy bug coming back, even my sewing bug, and I've actually been thinking about sewing some more bags. So I was worried for a while because I actually thought, gee, does this mean maybe I don't stitch anymore? Maybe I don't film anymore. I wonder what is happening with me. And it's really hard to know the extent of this when you're going through it, or how long it's going to last. But I'm glad that it has subsided and I'm feeling so much better. And, you know, I've always been creative from young, always creative. I'm always making something with my hands. I love to paint. Like I was a pastelist, but I haven't painted for about 4 years now. But I still have everything here. I've always had to create with my hands, but that's also what keeps my mind occupied while I'm home. For those of you who are new to my channel, I don't work because I suffer from chronic pain and fatigue as a result of my chemotherapy. So it's basically done damage to my body, and this is how my body's reacted. That's okay. I keep it under control. I take drugs for it, and I'm home, so if I need to lie down, I go lie down. That's all good. I'm fine. And but I have to keep myself busy. I have to keep myself doing something, thinking of something. So I've been wanting to create patterns for a while, and I took the first step in May. And when I created my first pattern called I Am Who I Am, which is on my Etsy shop, I'll just put link, not a link here, but I'll just do the name of my Etsy shop up on the screen. And I really enjoyed it. Listen, I don't expect to become rich from this. Absolutely not. It's not, my goal is not to get rich from patterns. My aim is to express myself artistically and spiritually, and whatever I feel at that time is what I would like to express in my patterns. So I created just a small pattern in the past few weeks, which I stitched up, and it's called Peace. Now, did I write down what piece is stitched on? I'm not, but it's Peace is stitched on a 16 count aider called Flamingo from Crafty Leanie. Crafty Leanie, I think, is an Aussie fabric dyer, and you can find her on Etsy. I've had this piece, I bought it from the stash unload, and I've had this small piece of pink aider that I've been wanting to use. It's just a beautiful tones of pinks. It may not everyone may resonate with pink, but the thing is, you can make it your own. You can choose your own color fabric, change the color of the threads, personalize it. Perfect. So with that, I chose a pink fabric, and I chose a quote from Mother Teresa. So Mother Teresa, and it's called Peace Begins with a Smile. So this is it here. I'll bring it up close. Hopefully there's not too much glare because the glass is on here. So Peace Begins with a Smile. It's just a small one, and I've just done with 3 tones of purple. In the corner I have done the squiggles, and it's almost kind of, I wouldn't say erratic, but just there's no rhythm to it. I just wanted to curls and twirls in here. That is what I wanted to portray. That was what was in my creative mind. So this is my second design, which you can find on my Etsy shop. And like I said, if you don't like pink, I know a lot of people aren't pink people, choose green, choose blue, choose brown, choose any color you like, and play with the colors of the threads. It's all stitched in DMC as well, so I'm really happy with that. So that's available on my Etsy shop now. I am working on 2 more designs. One design is another quote, so it's another spiritual quote. I just feel the need to express myself in that way. So I've done one more, and that one's, I've almost finished the pattern, but I need to stitch it. So it's bigger than my first one, so it's going to take me a little while to stitch. Don't know how long that'll take, but that's okay. And the other one's a bit of a fun one, and I've been thinking about this. So this one I hope will also resonate with people. It's a fun one, and yeah, I've kind of just started the outline of it. So that's so much fun. Like I said, I love being creative. It's great, and it brings me joy, and that's all that matters. All right, well, thank you. I've spoken for about 14 minutes, so thank you if you're still with me. Or if you fast forward, that's perfectly fine. Now, before I start with my whips, I would like to say a thank you to 2 people. I'd like to say thank you to Sarah from Stitching Mummy. I contacted Sarah and asked her if she would like a copy of my pattern, I Am Who I Am. And also I asked if she would like to have a giveaway to one of her subscribers. And she did. And I would like to say thank you so much, Sarah. I really do appreciate it. Appreciate your kindness. Thank you so much. And I'd like to say thank you to my friend Olga from the PNW Stitcher. I also approached Olga, and once again I gave her a copy of my pattern, and I also suggested if she would like to give a copy away to one of her subscribers, which she has. So thank you, Olga, for taking the time to share to your subscribers my very first pattern that I have created. It's an honor, and thank you so much. So with all that said, we're just going to go straight to whips. So understandably, I was busy stitching my second pattern, so that took up time. I had to design it, had to kind of fix up the pattern. So we call that an FFO. So I've had an FFO this month, and I've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about 6 whips. That's not too bad, really. Okay, I'm just going to pop my glasses on so I can read this little card. So the first one I'm going to show you is Jeanette Douglas Matter in Hand. I started this on the 7th of December 2024. I'm using all the cord 4 threads, which is a combination of weeks, dye works, and I'll have a look. I'm using 32 count linen cord excuse me, French pear from No. 1 2 Stitch Co. I love this pattern. I love it. Brings me so much joy. It's so much fun. I hope you can see. So that's the pattern there. I've completed the first row, the second row. I've started on the third row, and I've completed all of that, as you will see. So I really have that skein of thread and the bottom row left to do. Now, Colette the Highway Stitcher and Brenda the Handwork Maniac started a stitch along. I think it's an oct-to-oct stitch along. So if you would like to go to their, if you would like to visit their Flosstube, I'm going to leave a link below to all the people that I have mentioned today. Yeah, head over. You can see where they're up to as well. It's so much fun. It's a beautiful pattern. So this is where I'm up to. I stitched, so I'm trying to keep this still. I'm really wobbly today. I had to bring the border down. I stitched those words there, and I've stitched all of that. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. Now, if you're wondering what these wonderful clips, they are the best thing for holding big wads of fabric. Wonderful. And I'm going to tell you where I bought it from just after I show you this. So I love the colours that Jeanette Douglas has chosen. I just love everything about this. This will be framed and this will go up in my room. I've got a wall of all my, I know you can't see it because the wall's that way. I've got a wall of all my cross stitches, completed cross stitches there, and this will definitely go up. So I did mention it was a week's dye works, and I couldn't quite remember what the other threads were. So I'm going to have a look. Now, it looks really scraggly, and I do apologise because I was working on it yesterday. So week's dye works and classic colour work. So that's it there. Isn't that beautiful? Love, love. So that's what I'm using for that. I'm just going to pop everything away so we don't have a disaster when I'm finished, because that makes it worse. So these clips, like I said, these clips are absolutely amazing. Best thing. And I bought them from AliExpress. They are so cheap. I bought quite a few of them, and they come, this is a packet of 6. They're cheap. See, the thing with Temu, you have to spend a certain amount of money before you can complete your order. With AliExpress you don't. So just giving you the heads up on that. And they are wonderful. So like anyone who does full coverage, or if you're working on a large project and you've got a lot of fabric, you need to roll it up. This is wonderful, and the thing is that they're really light, so they're not heavy. They're not going to add weight to your, you know, to what you're holding. So absolutely recommend these, 100%. All right. Excuse me. The next one I worked on was In a Library by MARMALADE. Now, this was a bit of a disaster. As someone can't count, and that's me. All right, so I started this in August of 2024. I'm using all the cottage garden threads, and the fabric I'm using is Fibre on a Whim. Let me just grab my glasses because that writing is okay. It's called Cream and Sugar. All right, so that's the fabric. I have pulled out, I have made so many mistakes on this, so many mistakes. Oh, let me just bring that over. That's just one of the clips which I'll need later on. Excuse my head. And you know how it goes. I've got a small table here. All right, let me bring it to you. Can you see? I might just do that. Bring it to the edge. Okay. Remember I spoke last time that this shelf wasn't lining up with the border? Well, I worked out that I'm about 5 stitches too low. So I have progressively been pulling everything out. I've got to pull all of that out still. Complete disaster, complete mess. My fault. It should be sitting up around here. Okay, so that's going to come out and I'm going to re-stitch the border. So I thought, let me bring this border right down to the bottom. So I finished that butterfly moth, whatever it is, and I started stitching. So I started putting in this colour here, and this leaf here has a mistake. It's like, okay, I'm going to have to undo that and fix that up. Then I came here and I thought, I'm going to stop here and wait until I put this third colour, fix this leaf up, put this third colour in and come down, and then I'll continue. This is part of the bottom of the pattern here. Okay, so that's where it's going to end. But I think when I was stitching and I realised I had a mistake in that leaf, it's like, you know what? This has just got to go in timeout. I've got to put it down because I was getting frustrated with myself. I'm thinking, really? So that's why the threads are still there. I just stopped. I thought, I'm stopping. I'm going to leave it. I still love it. I will get back to it. I will fix that leaf and continue the border. I will continue to unpick this and redo that shelf properly. I wasn't going to leave it there. It wasn't right. It wasn't lining up, and it would have been too close to the bottom shelf and it would have done my head in. So I'd prefer just to pull it out and redo it. So that was my choice. So yeah, this was a bit of a disaster. You know, sometimes that happens and you just happen to make mistakes after mistakes on one. I don't know why. Sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. So I am, like I said, I'm using all the cottage garden threads. I have a lovely variegation through it. And that's, hold on, I'll just try and fix it up. That's the colour there. A really, really pretty colour. Really nice. I enjoy cottage, as you know. I love cottage garden threads. They're beautiful. So that's the story with this one. It's been a bit of, yeah. I will get back to it. I do want to fix it all up. I really do want it finished as well. So I will keep working on it. I'm not just going to dump it and leave it. That's not going to happen. Now the next one is, I've had this one for a while. Cabin in the Woods by Modern Folk Embroidery. It's a beautiful one. I messed up on this one as well, so I did a lot of unpicking. I thought, no, I'm going to fix it up and make it proper because the two sides need to match. So what have I done? I've done quite a lot, considering I had to unpick quite a lot. So let me explain. As you can see, I undid all of that branch there because this was not matching up with this, like it was out. And I thought, no, if I don't fix that, then that is not going to match with that side there. And I don't want this lopsidedness because I would know. So I took the time to remove all of that. I restitched that. I stitched all of this branch here. I did all of that, including the bird, and then I started on this branch here. So I reckon this will be a finish next month. I have a round frame for it already, and it might even be a fully finish. So there's not that much left to do. Once I have finished stitching all of the branches and the leaves, I just have to pop in the stars all around and it's done. The moon's a bit funny, but I made a mistake, but I actually will leave it because the moon's not perfectly round anyway. So, but that's beautiful. That's going to look beautiful. I've got this lovely round black frame, and this is stitched on a 18 count black Aida, which I dyed charcoal because I didn't have a piece of charcoal Aida or black Aida that was big enough. So I just dyed a piece of white Aida with the charcoal Rit, and it came out perfectly. So I'm really happy with that. Colours are beautiful. They stand out really well on the charcoal. Now, I am using all the cord foil, by the way. I'll show you what it is. I'll give you some information. Now, when did I start this? Do I have a card? I thought I did, but maybe not. That's okay. So with the pattern, I also purchased all of the Roxy Floss Co. Threads because I thought they were really, I love the colours they chose. So that's it there. Nice colours, very simple palette, and yeah, it's just a lovely design. Pop this away. Okay, the next one is, this is fun. I can't wait till this is finished. It's the Book of Fungi. Now, this was a sale last year, but I didn't participate in the sale. I purchased this towards the end of the sale. I decided that I would just go at my own pace and just finish the book, and that's what I've been doing. I've just been going through at my own pace. I have finished that little book, which is up there at the moment, waiting for the pages. So what have I done? I have done the fourth square. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this and this, which is I decided to choose the anatomy of a mushroom. So the next one is going to be a diagram of a mushroom with all of the names of the different points of the mushroom. But this is the fourth page, so I'm now halfway through. I have 4 more pages to go, and then I can start putting the book together. So that's it there. I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. And once again, I had a whole lot of fabric here, as you can see, and I'm using one of these clips, and it's just wonderful. So that's it there. I would ideally like to just keep this up once a month, but you know what? After having that kind of my stitchy bug gone, I'm not going to push myself anymore. I'm just going to go at the pace where I feel comfortable and stitch on things that I want to stitch. I always kind of have an idea in my head of what I'm going to do, and I kind of would like to continue with that. Now the next whip, I love this one. This is by Rosewood Manor, Blue Rhapsody. Absolutely beautiful. Sorry for the glare. Sorry, can you see that? I've got the glare from the window. All right, Blue Rhapsody by Rosewood Manor. I started this in March of 2025. I'm using DMC 939 and DMC 930, and I'm using a Picture This Plus 16 count Ada called Ancient. So to give you an idea of what I've done, I have finished the butterfly. I don't think I've done any of those. I think I started at the J, possibly. I'll have a look anyway. So I finished that row, and I was bringing this flower down. So that's where I'm up to. So that's it there. Oh, well, I did. Do you know what? I think I must have done a couple of letters under here. That's J, which is, have I coloured that in yet? No, I've just coloured the S in. So if the letter belongs to a member of the family, it would be coloured in a different colour. Otherwise, it would just be that normal dark blue colour. So I finished this. I think, I can't remember if the E was done or partially done, but I finished all of that and I started working on bringing this down as well. I am enjoying that, and I love this Ancient. I think this is one of my favourite fabrics from Picture This Plus. It's really beautiful. 2 colours, I mean, how easy can it be? It just makes for simple stitching. No fuss, really good. In the bag, and my last whip is a Carolyn Manning whip. Now I'm doing 4 of these, but I'm starting off with Water Magic, and it's stitched on an 18 count Ada, and I should have the name in the bag, and I'm using all the recommended sulky threads, so I just use 1 strand of sulky thread. If I can find the name of the fabric, which I know is in here. At least I thought it was in here. No, I can't find it. Okay, so we'll pop this away. And how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let me know what you're doing whilst you're watching me. Are you stitching? Are you, I don't know, having a break from work? It's early morning at the moment. What's the time now? It's 9:40, so it's just morning here. So I thought I'd get this done in the morning, do some editing, and then upload it. So this should be up today. So if you remember last time, oh, and I didn't do a good job pinning this. Let me do a better job. Sorry for the delay. But one's got to do what one's got to do. Okay. So all stitch in sulky. This is an 18 count Ada, so they'll all be stitched on a different colour Ada. If you remember last time, I had done the border and I had stitched most of this, but there was a mistake, so I had to just undo some of it, and so that is completed. There are 4, I think, in total. Sorry, 4. No, I'm delirious. There are 9. So upside down. I've done that one there. So the next one I'll do is that one there. So there's 9 of them, 4 of them. I don't know where I am. So enjoying that, and yeah, I'll pick this up whenever I feel like it. There's no rush to get this done it's enjoyable stitching. I enjoy stitching on Ada. I still do. And some things are meant to stitch on linen, I reckon. You know, they're just... Sorry, I'm having an avalanche here. Let me just move this up. There. So that's that. All right. Now, what plans do I have? Now, these are very loose plans. I will probably not stick to them. Just very loose. And like I said, I kind of like to stitch what I feel like stitching. Now, this cushion by, this little cushion, which is by Samplers Not Forgotten, I still haven't finished. I would actually like to finish it this month as well. So there's not a lot left to do. All I have is this portion of the heart. I'll move the fabric over in the hoop, and I'll finish the flower, and that is it. So I'm really thinking I will finish this. I do have a problem with 36 count. I do struggle to see it, even with my googly add-ons, you know, that enhance my vision. I still struggle, but I will finish that. But that's okay. I wanted to try 36 count, and I did. It would be nice to stitch some more of this and continue working on her dress. So that would be a nice thing to do. And like I said, it's kind of thoughts. I may or may not do it. I haven't touched this for a while, so I would like to get some more stitching on this. This is sorry, I've got a bit of glare. Praiseworthy Stitches, and it's called Sleigh Ride. So this would be nice to get some more work done on. So kind of, that's in my thought. And I haven't touched my Mirabilia for a while either. Oh, we have the postman coming. So that's what I would like to do as well. I don't know if he's going to ring the doorbell, but we'll see. But my dog is interested in him. We'll see how she goes. If I need to stop, I will stop. Okay, now I have these 3 patterns by Jeanette Douglas, and you would have seen other stitches. I know Brenda, Handwork Maniac, is stitching this. So we have Winter by the Sea, Autumn by the Sea, Summer by the Sea, and we have Spring by the Sea. So all these 4 are connected together, and my lovely son asked me, he said, "Mum, what would you like for Mother's Day?" And I said, well, you know, I would like to buy a thread pack for this particular cross stitch, but when you convert it to Australian dollars, it's quite expensive to buy all 4. And I said, if you can buy me one of them, it would just make it more achievable for me to buy the others. So my darling son bought me the Autumn by the Sea pack, and it comes with all the threads, and it has, I don't know if you can see just in there, it has the embellishments as well. So my darling son bought me that. So I thought, okay, I will buy the other 3. And I had to use like Afterpay, pay a bit at a time, because it does, when you convert, it is a lot more. So I now have Summer by the Sea, and sorry if you can hear my father in the background, he's just having coffee and cleaning up. And they're the threads. Winter by the Sea, and threads there. I'll have to sort through them as well, that's okay. And Spring by the Sea. So I have the patterns, I have the thread pack, and I was thinking now, which fabric do I choose? So I would like your idea. Let me know what you think. These are all 32 count. The first one I'm going to show you is called Duck Egg Blue Linen, and it's by Whoopsie Daisy, Australian dyer. And it's just a nice blue. And I thought, well, this would probably go with everything, and this looks like a blue sky. So that's one of it. The next one is Sea Mist by number 12 Stitch Co. And this is actually a green. It's a bit darker. Let me bring it up. It's a beautiful green. It is a beautiful green, but it is darker than what it's coming up. So that's my second choice. I have a grey, and this is a big piece. This is called Dove Grey by a local dyer. Let me just take this out, pop this somewhere else so I don't lose it. So that's the grey. Like I said, it's just a little bit darker than how it's coming up. All right, and I have one more, but I don't know that this piece is going to be big enough. Actually, having a look at it, I think I might leave it. It's not big enough. So I have, where's my handy dandy mat? Here. I have 3 choices. So I have the grey, I have this beautiful green, and I have the blue. Please let me know which one you like. I'd love to know your point of view. I mean, you could really use any of them. You really could, and you would just get a different effect. They're all beautiful. They're all equally beautiful. So I'm just having a hard time choosing. Please let me know which one you like. That would really help me decide which fabric to choose. So we'll pop that there. There we go. Okay, so that's everything for this month. Next month, I don't know if I'll have my new pattern ready because I have to stitch it and it's a bit big, and may have it ready for the month after, but that's okay. I will leave details of my Etsy store down below and anything else that I think is relevant. So I'll see you in a month's time-ish. So thank you for watching till the end. Take care. See you. Bye.